Back to Real America. My next guest is a young Navy veteran named Joe Collins, and he is on a mission to fix California's 43rd Congressional District. And to do so, though, he's got to defeat Maxine Waters. Now, Collins says that she has been failing to serve her district for nearly 30 years. Well, she's actually been living in a $6 million mansion that's outside of her district. That's right. But he's been living there, drinking the water, breathing the air, and witnessing firsthand the challenges that those voters face in her district. Please welcome to Real America, Joe Collins. Joe, first thing I want to say is thank you for your service, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So what brought me, or what brought you to my attention, rather, was a video, kind of like I think what helped blow up Kim Klacik on the East Coast. And I love that we've got young people from different backgrounds joining the Republican Party and trying to drain the swamp and get rid of these lifer politicians. Give us some background on you, sir. You served in the Navy. You've been living in that district. Tell folks where that district is and the problems it faces, and then we'll get into Miss Waters.
Yeah, I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I grew up in 104th and Normandy. When I was in high school, our house was actually shot up in a drive-by, and we had to move out. We moved to Texas. And so I graduated high school in 2003, joined the military in 2004. And I got out the military at the end of 2017 to get involved in politics. Now, coming back to our community, I would say it's in the same shape, but it's kind of worse. We have way more homeless people, and jobs are leaving our communities. Maxine Waters has been representing our district in the state assembly for 17 years and in Congress for 29 years. And she has failed as a leader to provide opportunity and increase the quality of life of the people who live in our communities while she lives in her huge mansion, one of like 4 or 5 across the United States.
Yeah, and the main house, I believe, is not in the district technically, correct?
Yeah, she lives in Hancock Park. She has the house is humongous. It's nice, right around the corner from the mayor of L.A.
Yeah, well, we could go off on that guy, but that's for another day, Joe. Talk about how the campaign's been going, and in a second, we're going to roll your video, the one that grabbed my attention because I just thought it was so amazing, and it grabs people, and it shows them that you want to be a leader of the people, and you actually get what's going on in the streets. And as you just said, a woman who's been in politics 29 years in D.C., living in a mansion, has lost all touch with folks in L.A.
Yeah, for the most part, she has. But our campaign is going really good. We have a lot of people working on our campaign. We've raised almost $8 million. There's a lot of people who want to see Maxine Waters gone. We have Democrats, Republicans, Independents, everybody working on our campaign because they see the type of leader that I am, and they trust me to work with the President of the United States and to bring opportunities back to our community that we absolutely need. Yeah,
and that's a great point you bring up because it was Senator Scott from the East Coast who's working with the President Opportunity Zones. And obviously, if you get into Congress, that would be something that you would be going after, I'm sure, to try and get that money and clean up parts of L.A. because as we've all seen for the past few years, it's not as bad as San Francisco, but as you said, it's getting bad in L.A.
Yeah, it is getting bad. I think one of my first goals is we have to attack California to get the taxes removed, get the amount of restrictions for development removed. That way, opportunity zones can absolutely be effective, along with removing a lot of corrupt politicians here in the Los Angeles area. That's my goal, yes.
Well, Joe, sometimes with live TV, we can flub or not say the right perfect thing that your handlers want us to say. I know because I did what you're doing now a couple of years ago. So I want folks to see the message you've been putting out there because let's be real, a lot of people just get their information on social media these days and that's it. So you put this amazing ad, it's 3-4 minutes long, and I want to roll it in its entirety so folks can see what you're about, your message you're sending out there, and let's hope you get their votes. Roll it, guys.
I'm Joe Collins. I'm running for Congress against Maxine Waters. Do you know where I am right now? Maxine Waters' $6 million mansion. Do you know where I'm not right now? Maxine Waters' district. Yep, that's right. Maxine does not live in her district, but I do. I was born right here in South LA, in a place Maxine refuses to live. Maxine Waters does not drink our water, she does not breathe our air, and while she sits here in her mansion, our district is in ruins. Let me show you. This is South LA. I was born here. I grew up on 104th and Normandy. Maxine Waters has been in office for 44 years. Has anything got better around here? I can tell you firsthand that it hasn't. I survived a drive-by shooting in this house when I was a child. Gangs, drugs, violence. That was my upbringing. And where was Maxine Waters? Nowhere to be found. I survived Maxine's district. Graduated high school, went on to join the U.S. Navy. I fought for this country. But while I was fighting for this country, Maxine Waters could not be bothered to fight for her own district here in America. And when I returned from war, I came back to my community as a war zone. And why doesn't Maxine Waters want to live in her own district? Because she doesn't want to suffer the consequences of her own policies. South Los Angeles has been represented by Maxine Waters for 44 years. What has she done for this district? Just this year, deadly crime spiked 15% in South LA, much of it due to gang activity. The homicide rate in South LA has shot up by 53%. South LA has the highest poverty rate in the city, with a crippling 43% of its residents living below the poverty line. Meanwhile, in LA County has a homeless population of over 40,000 people. Homelessness rates has increased by 264% since 2009. Los Angeles is one of the largest hubs of sex trafficking of young girls and women. LA is in the top 10 least safest cities in America to raise a family. And our schools fail our children. In South LA, 29% of black children never graduate high school. Look at this. How many little Latino and black children has been abandoned by Maxine Waters? This is the reality for children every day in Maxine Waters' district. Maxine doesn't care about our district. She only cares about herself and using our tax dollars to buy mansions. When Maxine fails to lead, riots and violence surge in our streets. While our buildings and businesses burn, Maxine sits safe in her mansion, guarded by the same police she demonizes. Maxine has never had to deal with violence or riots in her neighborhood. That must be nice. But this is the way the rest of us lives. We need someone to represent us who lives here, who fights here, who wants to improve our way of life. Someone who understands we need safe streets and a strong economy. Our children should never have to grow up living in fear of being killed, like I did on this block. You send me to Washington, and I'll make sure our children never have to live in a war zone. Unlike Maxine Waters, I know the pain that crime, violence, gangs, homelessness does to our children. I was one of the kids left behind by Maxine Waters. I'm gonna fight for safety and dignity for South LA. The only question you need to ask is this. In the last 44 years, where has Maxine Waters been? Our people deserve better. My name is Joe Collins. I'm a veteran, I'm a patriot, and I actually care about our lives in LA. LA deserves better. Let's retire Maxine Waters to her mansion. I'm Joe Collins, and I'm the man to do it.
What a powerful message, Joe. You know, I heard a number last week, 15,000 people a week are fleeing the Golden State, many of them from LA County. And when you look at what you see in that video right there, what really stood out to me, homelessness up 264% in just 11 years. What is Maxine doing to help those folks? And how in the hell do you get that rich and own that many homes when you only make $174,000 a year as a congressperson? Joe, best of luck to you. Let folks know we got 10 seconds left. How can they help your campaign out?
Go to joecollinsforcongress.com. Please donate, volunteer, make phone calls, and share our information across the United States. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thank you for coming on. Thanks for your service. Thanks for being a patriot. And you stay safe, brother. I know you're going up against the machine in California, and that's a big, tough one to go up against. So best of luck to you in 11 days.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, don't go away. In tonight's Patriot Report, we're profiling an outspoken conservative actor. You may know him as Chachi or Charles, but now he's standing up and taking a stand for conservatives and our president. Scott Baio joins us. Don't go away.